It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen, and joining me tonight, the former national champion and National Player of the Year, it's Jay Williams.
Ed, stop it. You keep gassing me up. Actually, don't stop it. Keep fluffing me. I like it. Shouldn't we be talking about the matchup on the court? Let's see what's going on.
Jay, you have to own it. These 10 players on the floor about to do so as well. Knocked loose. Wall. To Beal. Even to Zubac. Pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Turns and slams it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Nothing going here on that drive. Deep left corner. Beal, his first effort, off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It goes down. Scotty Brooks wants a timeout. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Washington basketball. Wall. To Beal. Probing the defense. Beal. You've got to get that one to go. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Beverly. To Leonard. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Wall. Clippers have got it. Now a steal by Washington. To Beal. Wall. And Jay, they called the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
The Los Angeles Clippers, number 23, Louis Williams.
Wall. To Beal. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Leonard. With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range, and Paul George nails it from downtown. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
That his 3rd 3 in this first quarter alone.
And the defense has to push up on the offensive player. Don't let him have clear vision of the basket.
Wall. To Beal. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Wall. To Beal. Bradley Beal. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter.
Listen up, fans. Tickets for the next home game are still available at the box office. Buy one or more tickets before the end of today's game.
Time to shuffle things up.
Stepping in.
Williams. He engulfed him that time. To Wall. From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Kawhi Leonard. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Beal. Nothing going here on that drive. Beal. Shot from the lane won't go. Deep three at the buzzer. Very little's gone right in this first quarter, but with that three, you look at the scoreboard, they're back within 9.
And Ed, Rome was not built in one day. You can't rush the process. Just keep chipping away. Chip, chip, chip.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
From the outside, no good. To Thomas. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Short jumper stays out.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Thomas. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
George to Leonard. Fires the three. Not getting the bounce. Thomas into the front court. Margins 8. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Another follow, still no good. George picked up by Bryant. To Leonard. It's a big finish. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Thomas. Not that time. Paul George to Beverly. Beyond the arc for three. Won't go down. Thomas with the basketball. Trailing by 10. Got it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. George had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. Thomas across the timeline. Down 8. Isaiah Thomas. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Leonard to George. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Great feed, sets it up. Easy path to the rim.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard up against Beal. Jumper's good.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beal to Thomas. Curling inside. Goes to the left side. 4-3. Knocks it down.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
The wait is over, fans. We've added more items to our team shops.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Before the ball go on. Substitutions. Washington.
Runner here won't go down. To Leonard. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Leonard. And stuffs it home.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Clippers have the basketball. George. Oh, that's how it's done.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
George lets it fly, and he hits.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Leonard. From long range. Wizards have the rebound. Wall across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Beal, tough matchup against George. The drive, right to the basket. Bradley Beal. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
With a drop step. Scores from the post.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Wizards have it. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Beal against George. To Wall. Nothing going here on that drive. There it is, John Wall. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Beverly into the front court. Leads 3. Leonard. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Beal. It's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
George. Oh, he's been on target from downtown, Jay. He's 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, he's been able to knock down those shots by having great spacing on the floor. His teammates deserve the credit as much as he does.
To Beal. Even to Zubats. Rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Had a chance, but it's no good. To Beal. To Wall. Even to Zubats. Swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Wall. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
George, it's no good. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Stuffs it down with authority.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says 1 man can't beat 5, but we're watching 1 man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Throws it down.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Wall. To Smith. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
The assist from number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Short jumper off the mark. Third quarter comes to an end. It's been all Clippers so far. The Wizards in control of the basketball as we start the fourth. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Count the basket inside.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Slam dunk. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
To Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It was right there.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Count it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Now the Wizards going to take the timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for LA, number 20.
Beal. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Leonard. That pass stolen by the Wizards.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And scores.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Leonard knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. To Leonard. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Thomas. That one off the mark. It's no good.
To number 17. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Leonard. And he hits.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Driving is Thomas, but a shot no good. The follow won't go either. To Thomas. For 3. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Paul George. Big finish at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
The assist from number 42.
To Leonard.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Thomas to the basket, but a shot stays out. To Leonard. Has a chance. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer, it's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.